Oh, dude, here we go, man. We're all in place. As Tony, as Jim Morrison would say, is everybody in? I hope everybody's in. We're all here. But I got to tell you, right out of the gate tonight, a very special tribute and show dedication to my dear friend Rags. This kid, round of applause for Rags. Just everybody give Rags a standing ovation. This kid had freaking hand surgery today. And if you didn't, actually, Tony, can you show the picture? This is Rags today in the hospital. The guy is already back on the chat. Rags, I love you, brother. Thank you for making it. You didn't need to do this. I'd be just as happy if you decided to get some. Look at this. There he is. God bless this kid. He looks great, by the way.
He does look great, dude.
Yeah, Rags, no octopus for you, buddy. You're going to have to get your Steve Young game on for a while. Actually, like you said, Tony, you can show him a few maneuvers and a few tricks. But Rags, get well. Love you so much. The show tonight is dedicated to you. Black Sabbath, Iron Man. Let's remake that. And at the beginning, I'm going to go, I am Iron Rags. Great vibes in the air tonight, by the way. There's all kinds of stuff going on. And by the way, Tony, from me to you, this little fashion comment, I'm very envious of your Giants hat. I need a traditional Giants lid. If you can believe it, I actually don't have one right now. I have like City Connect stuff. I need a classic Giants hat like you have.
Well, as Michael Jackson said in Man in the Mirror, Paulie, make that change, okay? Yeah.
I
want to make a change for once in my life. I love that song.
You got to do those little squeaks.
Oh, dude.
Gonna
feel real good. Gonna make a difference. By the way, Michael, the movie Michael's coming out soon. I want to say.
I didn't even know about that. Who's playing him?
You know what? I'm kind of nervous about it too because it's like the Marley movie. It's like some dude just playing Michael. Shoes to fill, man, and we don't have to get into the checkered past. The kid was robbed of his childhood, so I'm not making excuses for all the mistakes he made.
Past, dude. Good choice of words. Checkered past. By the way, not everybody hits the mark when you do these biopics. Like my two favorite ones so far are the Queen movie, Bohemian Rhapsody. I thought that guy did a phenomenal job as Freddie Mercury, and he won Best Actor. He won an Academy Award for that, and been talking about this a lot lately, but I think Jeremy Allen White did a great job playing Bruce Springsteen too.
Okay, absolutely, Paulie. By the way, I'm starting I apologize, Paulie, but I'm starting the Twitter process. This is from Rod Brooks.
Yeah.
So stand by. So I have to click post this. Hold on. Click share, then click post this. I apologize, people.
No, it's not your fault. It's Elon Musk's fault, dude. One of these days, maybe he'll clean up his platform, get off the ketamine, stop driving Teslas, and get your freaking platform working. I'm really getting pissed. This is week 3 where we have been unable to post our show on Twitter, and it really hurts us because we have a lot of people that watch the show on Twitter. So you do whatever you got to do. It's not your fault, dude. Like in Good Will Hunting, Tony, it's not your fault.
No, dude. No. Yeah. But I'm just posting it right now. Our PMP Weekly Night Flight is live now, is what I'm saying, P.
Okay. Well, very good. Thank you for posting it, man. Tremendous.
And then click post. Oh, what the hell? Can you give me a what the hell, please?
100%. 100% I can give you.
What the hell? What the hell?
Okay. Yeah. All right. So supposedly that helps us out on Twitter. Maybe Dom can check in. By the way, Dom Peralta and I very busy yesterday. Paulie, we haven't really talked about this, but Dom and I are doing the grand opening broadcast at Shoot 360 tomorrow in Belmont. My friend Dan Triggum, he and his buddies, and by the way, one of his buddies, Zaza Pachulia, they're opening up what's called a Shoot 360 in Belmont, California, right in my neck of the woods. It's basically a basketball workout facility with all this technology that the Warriors are involved in and Steph Curry's involved in. It's really cool.
Now, are you broadcasting from the event?
Yeah. We're going to set up and just do like an hour there from 4:30 to
sorry to interrupt you because I'm not going to be part of this. On the regular, it'll be like a show.
Yes. So this will be on our show, our channel at 4:30 tomorrow. Zaza's going to join us. Paulie's going to basically going to send me some questions to ask Zaza because I want Zaza to know how much Paulie the connection between you and Zaza.
What, dude? You know what? Since we're talking about Zaza, I'm gonna blow your freaking doors off. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to pull something out of my photo library. So, couple quick things. First of all, the only reason I can't participate tomorrow is my son Tommy is flying into town right at the same time these guys are doing the show. So I'm not gonna be able to be there, but. Do you remember it was kind of an underappreciated effort we made? We did a couple of Zaza Pachulia tribute songs, and dude, we did Zaza to La Bamba. I always liked that one. I thought that was funny. It didn't get a lot of love. Zaza, 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 Zaza. I thought that was fun. I liked it.
I thought it was good. And Paulie, stand by.
Nothing easy. Nothing easy.
100%.
Can I get a reprise? Can I get a reprise real quick?
Of what?
Nothing easy. Nothing easy.
There you go. And by the way, the soundbite, I think there used to be the soundbite of you yelling at Zaza from the parade, right?
100%.
Yeah, dude,
100%. I was telling him I love him as he went rolling down Broadway in Oakland. I'm like, Zaza, I freaking love you, man. I freaking love you. But dude, I'm going to pull a picture out here. If I just give me a second to find this. So after the pandemic, you know, we didn't have the KNBR morning show on video at that point. We're still just doing traditional radio. But dude, when we all went back to work, I had not had a haircut in about 2 years. So I have a picture of Raymond Ritter brought Zaza into the station. Right here it is. Oh, dude, hold on. No, that's not it. Hold on. So, dude, it's during my Joe Perry phase. Dude, it's the longest my hair has ever been in my life. And when Raymond walked in, he's like, dude, he goes, can I call you Jesus from now on? And I'm like, sure. And he was like, I love the hair. I freaking love the hair. So hold on. I got to find this, dude. You're going to laugh your A off. Do you remember when I had the long hair, T? Do you remember that?
Yes. I love the long hair, dude. Come on. Let's get involved. Please. Are you kidding me? I say bring it back. Give me a long hair reprise. Give me you're already a hippie, as Dennis McNally basically, clarified that you are a hippie, but grow your hair out hippie style too, dude. That'd be phenomenal.
It's like I did it. It's kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. After a while, you just get sick of it. Like I remember when I cut it, I felt so good. I'm like, God, life is so much easier with oh my God, dude, check this out. Here's a little teaser. Here's me, dude. This is nuts. This is just to set the stage. Here's me during the pandemic with I had a ponytail rocking this day. Look at this one.
Yeah.
You see that?
Dude, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's my Bobby. That's my Bob. Oh, hold on though. Here it is. I found it.
Beautiful.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. All right. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, while you're come on, go. A little closer. Yeah, dude, send me that photo. I need to show Zaza that photo tomorrow. Seriously.
Sure. Okay.
Seriously. Send me that photo because tomorrow afternoon, we're going to do our regular show at high noon, which would be the typical regular high noon PMP broadcast. Then Dom and I are going to broadcast from the grand opening of the Shoot 360 in Belmont, where the mayor from Belmont will be there. Zaza will be there. Some college hoops players will be there as well. We'll be there as well, and it'll be a lot of fun. And we'll do for about an hour broadcast there. And if we want to play a little bit of the Zaza interview back on Friday, we can.
Dude, absolutely, that's a great idea. And dude, who knew I was going to touch a nerve with the hair? Everyone's responding. Big Al in Chico goes, boys, I have a mullet going right now. God bless you, Big Al. And then there's our good friend Stevie B, one of my favorite New Jersey hippies. He says, I got to say, I love my long hair because Stevie B has a beautiful, lush head of hair. But he said, he kind of agrees. He said, I do miss my buzz cut, though. Life is so much easier. Dude, look, Stevie B, put him up. Give him business time, too. He's got a super.
Hang on one sec,
who knew we were going to get into this?
It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Yeah, dude. By the way, Paulie, I'm wearing the Giants gear that you mentioned earlier because for Little League, we are the Giants this season. We were the Giants last season. We're the Giants again. This is the swan song, the final act for Little League for me and my son Dom. So we're going out as the Giants, and we had our first scrimmage tonight against the Phillies, and man, it was super fun. Neil Donardi and Nico were out there because Nico's team was practicing on the diamond right next to us.
Nice.
Neil cruised by from Longbridge Pizza, and he's like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "Dude, total Neil fashion, just super chill." Like, what's
Hey,
up, man?
you forgot to put Stevie B Super up, by the way.
Oh, sorry, Jesus.
You
Sorry
played the
about
song. You started riffing. Yeah.
that. Sorry, Stevie B.
Stevie B, official PMAC, bring the main back. You know what, though? I got to tell you the truth, Stevie B, and thank you. I actually feel fortunate that I have any hair at all to grow.
Oh.
Like, I for real, like, because you could easily. Yeah, but you know what, though, Tony? I wouldn't want you any other way. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't want you any other way. And I'll never forget the first couple times I laid eyes on Creative Tony, like truly when we first met. I looked at him and I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, cool. This kid must be a punk rocker because you had a shaved head. It wasn't that common back then. It wasn't that common. Now everybody has shaved heads practically. But I was like, oh, cool. I bet you he's in a Black Flag. He probably likes, all kind of punk bands, the Ramones and stuff. And you kind of are a punk, but you weren't making a punk statement. You were just being Creative Tony.
Dude, you absolutely kind of led me down. I listened to some punk back in when I was growing up, but you definitely, the way that I kind of steered you towards Alice in Chains and Smashing Pumpkins, you definitely broadened my punk horizons, dude, because the stuff I know now is because of you. And I love the stuff that you have played for me and the bands that you've introduced me to, because I didn't before. I used to be like, the short choppy song was not always for me, but now it's absolutely for me when it is done the way those bands used to do it, Well,
the ferocity and the energy that a lot of the good punk bands play with is pretty overwhelming when you're standing in front of that at a punk gig. And I would recommend, if anybody wants to try out some punk, I would recommend any of the Ramones stuff. I would recommend the Damned out of England. I love the freaking Damned. They have so many great records. Of course, Black Flag. There's all kinds of cool stuff out there. I love the Misfits out of New Jersey. The Misfits are a great band. I got to say, too, Tony, we haven't even mentioned, I just want to shout out the Golden State Warriors. Very impressive win tonight, dude. 133-112. Second day of a back-to-back. They had a tough loss last night, but they rebound. And how about this? Steve Kerr, dude, he only had 9 guys healthy. Only 9 players were healthy tonight. And 8 of them scored in double figures, 8 of the 9. So it was a really impressive kind of team effort tonight. And by the way, while you weren't paying attention, Podziemski has become like the new Dennis Rodman of the NBA. He's rebounding his ass off. It's crazy.
Dude, I love it. And by the way, birthday boy, Brandon Podziemski. Happy birthday. I think he's 23 today.
Is that right? God bless. God.
I think it's his 23rd birthday. The Pods, man. Pods is celebrating, blowing out some candles today. But dude, back to back, good win for the Dubs. I'll take it. Any win that they get, Paulie, without Steph is just, and obviously Butler gone for the year, but without Steph, dude, and Porzingis is kind of day to day, and Horford is kind of older, so you don't know how consistent he will be.
Yeah,
but when you can get wins without Steph, it's like you're playing with house money, man. And again, I applaud the job that Steve Kerr is doing. Yeah. Oh, but let's get rid of Kerr. Okay, let's get rid of Kerr. This is the people that say get rid of Kerr are probably the same people that say get rid of Shanahan. And by the way, I'm not down with either of those people. And if you're the same person, then peace out, because I'm not in.
Peace out. By the way, Tony, we have another super. Let's just give him some love. He went flying by. I'm not sure who it was, but I saw that we had one. There you go.
Sourdough Cell says that parody sucked, Paulie. He said nobody ever.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey, thanks, bro. And again, you're looking at the tandem right here. Like, it was a team effort. Every single one of those, Creative Tony helped co-write and produce. And, again, just to make this clear, if you guys have never heard me say this on this new show, the only reason we can't continue doing song parodies is because it's a violation of copyright laws on YouTube. And they would shut us down. So we can't do that, because the way we used to do it is we would take the actual track. Say we were doing like La Bamba, like the song we did. I took the Los Lobos version of La Bamba and just sang over it. And Tony could manipulate the levels and like take his vocal out. I would put my vocal on top of it. But that is definitely against the law. And we never got shut down at KMBR. And I remember one time I asked Tony Salvador about that, because I started doing that kind of work. And I was like, Tony, are we going to get in trouble for this? Because I don't have permission to use any of this stuff. And this is what he said. He said, in all his years in radio, the only time he ever got a phone call from an attorney was when K-Fog played some. This is crazy, but this is what he said. That the only time they ever got in legal trouble for playing something without permission is John Williams. They were playing the Star Wars music on K-Fog, and like the attorneys called and shut it down. Isn't that crazy?
That is wild, man.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, dude, is I used a Trey Anastasio, the lead guitarist from Fish. I used an instrumental guitar song of his that called the In-Law Josie Wales.
Nice.
I used it for a prenatal clinic that I did a voiceover spot for, and I got a cease and desist from Fish saying, we have nothing to do with this prenatal clinic, and you're using Trey's music. I was like, oops.
Yeah,
my bad. So,
well, we always
you get shots on the wrist. You know?
Yeah, I was going to say, Tony, better to ask for forgiveness than permission, as we always used to say. Yeah.
If there's a bumper sticker I could slap on my car, that would be top 3. By the way, that could be a Tony's top 3 topic. By the way, what bumper sticker would you slap on your car?
So, by the way, we have another super if you want to drag it out there or one flying by. I want to say this too. I don't know. We should be promoting this more. I haven't done a good job of this recently. But again, I want to open the door to all members of the PNP Familia. Anybody who would like to guest sponsor the weekly music assignment. The door is wide open. I don't know if John Joseph is going to be with us this Friday. I mean, I just don't know. But yeah, all day. All day. But if you are interested, we will bring you on the show. You dictate the assignment that you want, and you come up with the theme, and we'll definitely do that. We just ask you make a contribution to the show, help support us. But we have tons of room. I think we only have 2 people right now. One of them is John Joseph. I forget the other one. But again, if you'd like to participate, just email us, pollyspod@gmail.com. That's all you got to do.
If you'd like to participate, you can also go to our YouTube channel at Polymax Particles and smash the like button, as they say. Smash the like button and then subscribe while you're there. And then you can click on the links tab, which is right below our bio. And you can click on the icon to sponsor the musical assignment. We did Show Us Your Stubs with Bonnie, Scarlet Fire. You can do that segment as well. There's a multitude of options for you. And
you know what? You could come on and sponsor a Tony's top 3. You could give Tony the three topics, and we'll respond to that. Get creative, you guys. Whatever you want to do. But again, Tony and I just like to reinforce this because Tony and I are kind of dinosaurs this way. Tony and I have always been big fans of interacting with the audience. As you can tell on this show, most of the other people on the Bay Area Sports Collective don't like interact with the audience the way we do, and we just do it because we like it. Like we like getting to know you guys. There's a lot of great personalities out there, and there's a lot of great material and comedy that can come from the audience. So, but we can't take phone calls anymore. Obviously, it's a new kind of medium. So this is a way we can bring you on and just kind of kick it around for a day and stuff. So anyway, the door's open. We'd love to have you anytime. Get creative, sponsor a segment, and join us at your leisure. Now, if John Joseph,
a couple things, Paulie. First of all, Greg Trela is waiting in the wings to do a musical assignment. So that is the other person that's waiting in the wings. I have to contact Greg, and you know what I'll do? I can contact Greg tomorrow to see if he wants to do it this Friday or next. And I can also text John Joseph to see when he's available to do it as well. Those 2 are the people waiting in the wings. I was also going to let you know, Paulie, just because you've asked me to tell you.
Fuzzy. I already saw Noemi. She said I'm fuzzy. Shout out Fozzie Bear from the Muppets, too. And by the way, I'll jump out and jump back in a second, but I want to shout out Nicky DiFrancesco. He goes, sponsor the Cut the Crap segment. Yeah. You're welcome to do that. Stand by, Tony. Let me exit and come right back.
Standing by. All right. So while I stand by here on PMP, first of all, happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy hump day. You made it halfway through the week. Like I mentioned before, I'm coming off of a fun Little League scrimmage. And I really wanted to talk to Paulie about this whole Trent Williams scenario because talk about cut the crap. I'm kind of at the cut the crap point with every single freaking Niners offseason being just major distractions having to do with contracts or needy, greedy players. So Here, I'm gonna let Paulie back in. By the way, he just returned to the studio. Stand by there.
Hey, now.
Okay, you're better, and it'll continue to improve. But Paulie, I was just saying to the PMP Familia that I
Yes.
wanted to talk to you at some point tonight. We're gonna do some bookmarks later on. That'll be fun. But I wanted to talk to you because you mentioned Nikki DeFrancesco mentioned Cut the Crap, right?
Yes.
Well-
And we haven't really properly introduced that segment yet. It's an idea, but we need to do a Cut the Crap. Are you introducing one right now?
No, I'm not, but I'm saying, and by the way, I like an open of like cut the crap, and then like a slice sound effect. Like
Make it happen. You're the creative Tony guy. Make that S happen, baby. I love it.
Can't you hear that? Can't you hear that? Like cut the crap, and then boom. It just needs to be like Tony's top three, but like a little bit different. But I was saying, Paulie, I'm at the cut the crap portion of 49ers football where here we are again. Another offseason and another quote unquote unhappy player.
Who we talking about, Trent?
Yeah, dude. And
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about Trent because you and I haven't spoken at all today except on text. And I haven't talked to you about how you feel about this whole Trent Williams situation. But I'm a little pissed off, man, because it's just like, dude, here we are again, another offseason with just more crap. And if the Niners, you tell me how you feel about Trent first of all, and then we can. Oh, and then we have to give Miriam super. Let me get Miriam super first. Hang on,
Yeah,
stay
thank
by.
you. Let's handle our business 100%.
Sorry, Miriam. I apologize. I didn't get to you sooner, Miriam.
She says, is now a good time to request the Biscuit song for the 100%? Absolutely, Miriam. You ask and you receive. Oh, dude, something else. Sorry, sorry, you guys. There's so much going on tonight. I don't want to forget anything. Miriam, thank you, dear. And while I see your name up there, Miriam is my spirit sister in all things of the Who fandom, because we saw the Who together at Shoreline a few months ago. Miriam, check this out. I don't know if you caught the show yesterday. I'm totally psyched about this. The guy who plays keyboards with the Who is a local Bay Area guy named Lauren Gold, and it's spelled Loren, Lauren Gold. If you go to his Twitter handle, there's a picture of him on stage with the Who wearing a Steph Curry jersey. It's freaking great. And when they introduced him on stage at San Jose, not the tour we saw, Miriam, but the tour before that, it was a gig a couple of years ago, the Who played. They showed the 49er logo on the screen when they introduced Lauren Gold. Pete Townsend was like, ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Gold on keys, and it threw the Niner logo on the screen. He just landed a job playing keyboards for Rush on the Rush tour. I'm so happy for him. So we posted a little tribute yesterday, and he responded. He was like, oh, thanks, you guys. He's such a cool dude. I'll try to see if I can reach out and get him on the show, because Tony and I have interviewed him in the past. And that's right. Escobar saying he's buddies with Mark Willard, 100%. He used to I think he used to call into Willard's show, actually. He's like us. The only difference is he's on tour with Rush, but he loves music and he loves sports like the same way we do. So I thought you might get a kick out of that, Miriam. That's really, great news for Lauren.
And even though we weren't allowed to take the KMBR archive with us when we got whacked, Paulie, because they said it's the property of Cumulus and the property of KMBR. Well, hold on a second. Can I get all the Paulie's podcasts that we did? No, it's the property of KMBR. Okay, fine. So
whose voice are you doing, by the way? I'm curious. Which management figure is that? Who was that?
It's like a combination of like 10 different
it's a hybrid, dude. It's a hybrid of all those a-holes. Yeah.
Totally. Just like, so we would love to replay our interview with Lauren Gold that we did with Paulie on Paulie's podcast, but we can't because
we'll try to do a new one. We'll try to get him on. We'll do a whole new interview. We'll talk to him about, by the way, Miriam's back. She's doubling down. Give her some love, T.
Dude, look at Miriam go. And Gravy's up there too, but hang on, stand by. Miriam is another super, and she says, Paulie, going to Rush this fall. Looking forward to seeing Lauren. Nice, dude.
100%. And I'll tell you what, Miriam, I'll see you at that gig. It's before they announced the San Jose shows, I was like, there's no way I'm not going to see Rush on this tour. So I bought tickets for the LA Forum. I'm going down to the Forum to see him, in June. But then they'll be in San Jose. I'll be at that gig too, Miriam. So I look forward to seeing you there. We'll hook up and have a drink beforehand or something.
Paulie, because Miriam is a super and because she mentioned Taste the Biscuit, I feel like we should do it in the moment. And do you think there's a chance that Rush would cover Taste the Biscuit?
I'd say that's a long shot, but you never know. Don't count anybody out. Maybe if Lauren hears it, he'll bring it to Getty and say, hey, maybe we can work this up. I want to do this, Tony. Let's go Taste the Biscuit, Longbridge Pizza. How's that sound?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. So stand by here. Let me make sure the volume is up. Everybody, let's just enjoy. We haven't enjoyed the Biscuit Lady in a while.
It's been a while. This is for you, Rags. We dedicate the show to you tonight, my man. Rags, by the way, quick comment. I saw him post this before. He says, now when I take a shower, I have to put a trash bag over my arm. I've been there. When I had my broken ankle, I had the same thing, dude. I had to bag up. I put a bag on Rags with a rubber band, bro, around my freaking knee when I had my cast on. It sucked. Yeah.
Dude, shout out the Meters. Keep stretching your rubber band, by the way. Great song. Keep on stretching your rubber band.
Nice.
Stand by, Paulie. Let's take a quick dive into the Biscuit Lady. Everybody, happy Wednesday, and let's taste the biscuit.
Taste the biscuit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Come on, the honey sauce.
Taste the honey sauce.
Yeah.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.
Yeah.
Come on.
Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
Come on. Wow.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Amazing.
Taste the butter spread. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the butter spread.
Come on.
To get your butter spread all on me. I don't like the way it mixes with my mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Cause when you're at KFC, you got that special sauce to stir my curiosity.
Come on. Solo.
Just give me a 5-piece meal. Oh, what a deal. A big old box, it's all for me.
I think there's a solo coming up.
Yeah, I hope so.
No, I'll
You need a
take
jam,
coleslaw on the side. I could tell you wanted to try the potato wedges.
Here we go.
All right, so we got to send this to Lauren Gold and be like, Lauren, do you think he can learn this keyboard line? Bap, 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 bap. He's playing with like one finger. It's the freaking best. Anyway, that's for you, Rags, and thank you, Miriam. Let's give some love to Longbridge Pizza before we go any farther tonight. Longbridge Pizza. In fact, Tony, I think you have some new visuals tonight, courtesy of one of our favorite people. She is one of the proud broads of PMC. Not my name. That's your name. We had a meeting with Patty yesterday. And by the way, just a quick riff on myself, if I could. We had to go from the show yesterday to have a meeting with Patty, who kind of functions as our like business advisor. And she just helps us with all kinds of business stuff that we are lost in the woods with. And I said yesterday on the show, I was like, I don't know if she wants me to reveal her name. And then we went to the meeting and she's like, hey, Paulie, keep on token, brother, because you've already announced my name on the show before as your business. I don't even remember that. So sorry about that, Patty. But yeah, let's shout out Patty and all the broads of PMP. And I think it was Corinne from Fairfax who was at Longbridge Pizza today. And I think she has like a photo tribute. I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, she sent in an email, and let me just read what she said first. She said, it's Corinne Sartorio, who travels with Manhattans in Tupperware jars, by the way.
God bless her.
She says, family here visiting from Idaho this week, took them to Longbridge Pizza. We had the Nico, the margarita, and the pesto pies. It never fails.
Yep.
Damn, their pizza is off the charts. Luckily, we have plenty of leftovers for dinner tonight. So that's what she wrote in the email. And then I can also share for visual aids here and a little pizza porn from Corinne Sartorio. There you go. There's the Nico pie right there with the sauce. Yeah, see, there you go.
A good pizza. I've had those many times, the Nico. It's a great pizza.
And Paulie, look at the move of the Mexican Coke right below it. The Mexican Coke, which is available. Yep.
I'm glad you mentioned the Coke. By the way, I noticed in the picture of Rags in the hospital today, he had a can of Coca-Cola with a straw. on his hospital kind of table there. Rex, shout out to your can of Coca-Cola today. I was very envious. I revealed to you guys the other day that I love, now that I'm getting older, I don't know what it is, my taste buds change. I love Coca-Cola now. It's like the worst thing for you, but shout out to Coke Zero, 100% Coke Zero. That's what I drink too, Regs. Sugar-free, but plenty of caffeine, which is always good for me. Shout out to Regs drinking the Coca-Cola in the hospital. Gangster.
Also, the Mexican Coke is the best. If you want to talk about the Coke that's best for you, because it uses the pure cane sugar, it uses real sugar.
Yeah,
that's why it's so good for you. So look at just a couple more photos from Corinne. Oh, look at the pesto pie. Ooh,
that's a work of art. I would frame that picture. God, that looks awesome. That. Yeah,
man, that is so good. And then and there's a picture of the family in town from Idaho. There's Corinne and her family visiting from Idaho. So there we go.
Nice.
Great stuff. Thanks, Corinne. And then, Paulie, only because you mentioned it, I'll show this one last time.
Sure.
This is Rags in the hospital, and with the Coke in the background.
Yeah, see, I noticed it, man. Well done. I can't get over I believe it. Rags, you're a handsome dude, man. Rags is looking awfully good, going shirtless, showing off the guns. And the cat, that's a big ass cast, man, for a hand surgery. So
what month of the calendar will that photo be? That photo should be one of the months in the calendar.
Let's put it on his birthday month is May. So let's make that the photo for the month of May. And let's finish the Longbridge spot though first. Hold on. So go on down to Longbridge Pizza. Thanks to Neil Donardi for being a great partner and friend and sponsor of the show. All of our sponsors are freaking money. I saw Los D on the board earlier tonight. Los, I hope you're feeling better. I have a little cold too, dude. There's like some funk going around. Everyone's getting this right now. So feel better, Los D. But join the Vibe Tribe at Longbridge Pizza, 2347 3rd Street in the Dog Patch, right up the street from Chase Center. You've seen the evidence. You've seen the pizzas. They look incredible. They taste incredible. They are incredible. And Neil Donardi he's like one of the chillest dudes of all time, but he's not messing around when it comes to serving the food at Longbridge. Like he's dead serious about it. And he did a lot of passion in that kitchen, and you can taste it with every single bite. So join the Vibe Tribe, enjoy the laid back vibe and the serious pizza. Shout out to Andrew and all the great people down there. Steven, the whole gang, man, everybody down there is money. And I hope to get down there soon myself. We should do another show at Longbridge soon too, Tony, like in our little Longbridge studio.
Absolutely, dude. I'll be there. They're having some work done in that room. They're repainting that room, so I'll be back there next week. But yes, let's definitely do another show there. Also, the Lake Show, Paulie, the Lakers and your guy LeBron is they're coming to the Bay. Yeah, LaFlop, the Peekaboo LaFlop is coming to the Bay on Saturday. So if you're going to the Warriors Lakers game, 5:30 tip, or as the kids say, the jump is at 5:30. Go to Longbridge before or after, and you will not regret it. You can get some pizza pie and go to longbridgepizza.com if you want to order ahead. Neil will take great care of you. So will Steven with the music. So will Andre and Gabino and Emmanuel and Jorge at the front of the house.
They freaking rule.
Yeah, the whole family at Longbridge are just great people. Andrew representing from Tahoe. It's just we couldn't be happier with their partnership, with their friendship and their partners. And Paulie, we mentioned the pizza, but it's also about the beer too. And it's beer week this week, and the beer at Longbridge Pizza is second to none. It's all local breweries, original pattern, bare bottle, cellar maker, Russian River, all right there on tap. Ask the good pale ales, hazies if you like hazies, West Coast IPAs. I think they have like a sour and a stout. They also have really good stuff. So you can't lose when you go to Longbridge Pizza, Paulie. We love that spot, man. Oh, by the way, Neil's doing a pop-up for our March 25th Giants season opener party at Standard Deviant. First pitch, 5:05. I thought it was 5:15. It's 5:05 first pitch. And Neil will be slinging pies right out front of Standard Deviant at Pier 70. Doing his pop-up.
Rock and roll. And thank you for that, Neil. That's going to be awesome to have you being a part of that. I saw Don Peralta post a couple of minutes ago. He said the only reason I would go to a Warriors-Lakers game is to boo LeBron James. Question for you, Tony. Have you ever seen LeBron play in person on any of the several teams he's played for?
No, I don't think I have, actually, now that you mention it.
Yeah.
I don't think I have. No, have you?
Yeah, I've seen him a few. Well, I saw him when he was with Cleveland a bunch of times. I remember one time I got tickets. I gave my son James tickets because the Warriors played Cleveland. This might be like 2016, 2017, something like that. It was Warriors Cleveland, and it was a Christmas Day game. And I had 2 tickets, and I put them in James's stocking. And then I wrote a little card. I said, I'll never forget this. I go, roses. He was a little kid too. He was all excited. I go, roses are red, violets are blue. I'm going to the Warriors game today, and so are you.
Nice.
Yeah. And we went to the game, and it was a total blowout. The Warriors freaking pounded the Cavaliers on Christmas Day. Honestly, beat them by like 30 points, something like that. It was a beatdown.
Beautiful. And Paulie, speaking of LaFlop, did you see this? I think this happened over the weekend, maybe on Sunday. LeBron takes an elbow in the midsection, and watch the reaction. We just got to play this.
I did. I've seen this. It's unbelievable. Give this guy an Academy Award ASAP.
Okay, so there's the elbow. Okay, I'm not gonna.
Bad. It's a little contact. What's the big deal?
It's a grazing of the midsection, Paulie. Okay, there's the elbow right there. Look at the reaction. Look at the reaction. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that.
He barely touched him. He barely touched him.
Oh, it's the freaking worst, man. Meanwhile, you got the USA Canada hockey guys flying without skating around without teeth, just taking each other out. Just stop it. Just stop it.
Anyways, and it's not a good look for LeBron James. He's been doing this his whole career. That's why I call him LaFlop. That he's built like Patrick Willis, and he falls to the ground every time somebody like brushes up against him. It's a terrible look. Toughen up, LeBron James. Where do you think he'll play next year? I think he's going to go back to Cleveland. I just think he'll want to end his career there.
Paulie, I think there's a good chance he's wearing the blue and gold.
Stop it.
I swear to God.
I know that is there are rumblings of that, and Draymond Green loves LeBron. He'd love to, but that's going to change the complexion of the Warriors so much.
Yep.
I'm not. And let me ask you a bigger.
Paulie, if Steph is into it, we kind of have to be into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess.
And Draymond's into it. I think Draymond's got like posters of LeBron in his house. Like, I honestly, dude, like the way the guy just like fawns over him. And I love Draymond. But there's something weird about the LeBron friendship, whatever you want to call it.
There is something weird about it. Again, as I like to remind everybody, let's not forget this great friendship of theirs. LeBron James is the guy who had Draymond Green suspended in the NBA Finals, which led to the Cavaliers winning that championship. So I don't know why he loves the guy so much. He basically took a ring off of Draymond Green's hand. I wouldn't consider that to be a friend of mine. But, the other thing, too, is you could see it during the Summer Olympics a couple of years ago when Steph put on that show in France. LeBron was like a little puppy. I think LeBron kind of has a man crush on Steph. I'm dead serious. Yep. And I think LeBron James is envious of Steph Curry, not in terms of ability, but in terms of how Steph Curry is universally regarded as a great human being. People want to be around him. And it's not like that for LeBron. A lot of people don't like LeBron James, obviously. Steph Curry, I've never heard anybody say, oh, Steph Curry, what a dick. I hate that guy. Right. Look, I've never heard that. And I think LeBron is kind of jealous of that.
And also, Steph gets freaking manhandled every freaking game, especially off the ball. And the guy never flops ever. Right. Never does any of this acting nonsense. Never expects the game to just stop and have the refs blow the whistle because I'm writhing on the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's why Steph, I'm so proud. I love the fact that Steph doesn't resort to that crap. And like the night thing is as far as Steph has ever gone to be like
I love the night. Dude, people do it in the NFL now. People are doing night. Like it's like
it's a great symbol. It's a great move.
The best one ever for me, Tony, is when he did that in Boston the night they won their 4th title, dude. He was doing night to the Celtic fans. And then I'll never forget this. He ran up the court and he was going, I'm about to put another ring on my finger. He was yelling at the crowd because they were like giving him, the Boston fans are merciless, dude. So after he gave him the night, do you guys remember? He was like pointing. He goes, I'm about to get another ring. I was like, yes, it was so great, man.
Wasn't Portnoy like sitting courtside? He did it right in front of Dave Portnoy.
That's the boy Portnoy, Tony's guy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, Portnoy, thanks for not going to the best pizzeria in San Francisco, by the way. You went to all of the bandwagon front runner
What's a
pizzerias.
Golden Boy? Are you freaking kidding me with this?
I mean, dude, nothing against Golden Boy. Golden Boy's fine. Dude, Tony's is fine. Zachary's is fine. But you didn't go into the weeds. You didn't go to the neck of the woods where like the real true freaking familia and the vibes of a Longbridge pizza. But maybe next time, whatever. You know what? LBP doesn't need a Portnoy visit. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, nice. Paulie, well said. Yeah, well said.
There's also some supers we need to get to, Paulie, that we just want to make sure
you do that, and then I want to give Dan Coach Emilio some love over at Secure Money. So go ahead, brother.
Yeah, we got to talk Trent Williams too, man. Trent Williams as well, because it's there's things we got to discuss. But Mark Gravy Graves checking in from the Sonoran Desert, and he says, going to the Giants game tomorrow, weather to be 88 degrees. Damn. I think Dan, Coach Emilio, and Los D are supposed to be going to the game tomorrow and going to give us a live check-in, I believe, from the game if possible. So, dude, Gravy Graves, hey, there's no team hotter in the Cactus League than the Giants right now. So, you know, the breakout Tony V's Gigante baseball, and it's who knows. Paulie, this does create a vibe, though. And we can talk about that as well on the show too, about like it could be worse even with him, but injuries, age, money, slip ups in 25 give SF valid pause. Damn, dude.
Yeah, well said. Well said, Stevie B. I kind of liken his situation now to Klay Thompson after Klay came back from his injuries and he missed almost 2 years. I think that I'm speculating here, but I think when you're a world-class athlete like Klay Thompson or like, you know, Trent Williams, in their minds, I think that they value themselves kind of based on their entire career. Like, I think, again, I'm speculating, like Klay didn't tell me this or anything, but I think Klay Thompson's attitude was, guys, I helped you raise 4 banners here, dude. You know, pay me, dude, pay me. But the reality of it is kind of like Stevie B is saying, Klay Thompson, sadly, because I love Klay. I really do. I will always love Klay Thompson. Great dude, incredible player. We all know the show he could put on when he got the hot hand, but he wasn't the same guy when it was time to negotiate a new deal, and he got all upset and everything. And I think Trent Williams is in a similar place. If we're going to be totally honest right now, Trent Williams he'll be in the Hall of Fame someday. But listen, the season he just logged, it was not his best.
No,
it really wasn't. He got beaten a lot this year, more than we've ever seen. So do you want to make that kind of investment? Now, he's a very valuable piece. His experience, he knows how to play the game. You need him out there on the edge. But do you want to sacrifice getting other talented players in here to pay him at the end of his career? It's a legitimate question, and that's where the Niners are right now.
Well, this harkens back to the Bill Walsh theory of do you get rid of a player a year too early versus a year too late? And I gotta say, man, they're talking a lot of dough. Paulie, when it comes to the Niners offseason, I just want Jerry Garcia to chime in for a second.
We would all like to be able to live an uncluttered life, a simple life, a good life.
Can we get one Niner offseason without any BS? Without any nonsense? Is it possible? I don't think it is, dude.
No, it's whether it's Nick Bosa holding out, whether it's Brandon Ayuk holding. I'm sick of all of it, dude. I'm sick of all these guys holding out, dude. Play football, cut the crap. By the way, shout out to Los D, Carlos De La Fuente, one of our favorite guys. You had posted on the comment board right now. He goes, Bill Walsh helped put an 18-year run together with 3 Super Bowls, getting rid of older players. But what does he know?
Yeah.
What is it?
Exactly.
Hey, it's cutthroat, dude. It's a business. Like it is. It's a freaking business like anything else. Do you think it was easy getting rid of Joe Montana? Dude, Joe Montana. Yeah, for Christ's sakes. Right. Even though Walsh wasn't there anymore, I think Walsh would have done the same thing. I think Walsh knew it was time. I would have kept Joe forever personally, but he did the same thing with Tom Rathman, Ronnie Lott, Roger Craig. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, dude. Shout out, dude, if you've forgotten, Tony, shout out Roger Craig, the Viking.
Yeah, okay? Dude. Oh.
Roger Craig, the Viking. Shout out Jerry Rice, the Seahawk. The freaking Seahawks. Yeah.
That's why I rooted for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. I'm kidding, by the way. But, dude, there's also this chatter, too, that the Vikings are hot on Mac Jones. all of a sudden. So
yeah, well, they were foolish to let Sam Darnold go. They're getting they clearly missed out on that, and Sam Darnold gave them a great year, and they let him just walk away. So Mac Jones, I'm telling you right now, he's going to be he could be the next Sam Darnold. Like he could be the next guy to pull off that trick where he just starts for somebody and has a great year. Because we got a glimpse this year, and you know what I like about him too, Mac Jones is kind of an underappreciated element of his game. He is tough. He does not shy away from contact. Like he's a real football player. Like he's like Steve Young that way. He doesn't mind getting hit, and a lot of quarterbacks do. Shout out Patrick Mahomes, for example.
100%, man. And he also just showed that he can lead a team and play with confidence. And I like his stock has never been higher, I don't think. And again, he has the Niners to thank for it. The same way Darnold thanked the Niners too. I'm looking for something that I put in bookmarks, Paulie, and I know we're going to go to bookmarks later. But
I gotta go. I want to give Secure Money some love too. And Dan, Coach Emilio, let's dive into that right now.
This is something really quick. I just wanted to show this while we're talking Mac Jones, and then we'll go to Danny C.
Okay.
Not Danny Zuko, but Danny Coach Emilio.
Okay.
Stand by. Here we go. Real quick. This is it's just a compilation.
Your favorite goodness song?
Hold on. Shoot. Sorry, Paulie.
What's going on? I can't. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
There we go. Here we go. This is just a compilation that the Niners put together. Niners PR department put together a compilation of Mac Jones laughs. And it's just fun. Here we go. That's good.
Your favorite song?
Dude.
Well, there you go. Thank you.
Nice.
Do you want to race?
Isn't that great, dude? I mean,
he's making me laugh. His laugh is making me laugh, man. By the way, shout out to the 49ers not drafting Mac Jones originally and taking Trey Lance. Okay? Trey effing Lance, dude.
Hey, Paulie, if the rumors are true, and again, they're just rumors, but the chatter back then was that Lynch wanted Lance, Shanahan wanted Jones, and Lynch won that argument. That's
Lynch is
but that's the rumor.
Lynch. I love John Lynch. I
Yeah,
do.
me too.
I
Me too.
love John Lynch. He
too.
is a great, I'm telling you right now, from personal experience, John Lynch is a great man. He's a Pro Football Hall of Famer, obviously. And but he's missed. It's not easy, dude. Being in charge of that kind of stuff. He's missed. How about Reuben Foster? Okay, he went out on a limb to give Reuben Foster a chance, and that thing blew up in his face too. So it's unfortunate. Let's do one more super real quick. Do no Emmys, and then I got to go do Danny C here.
Yes, and I also got to tip my cap to John Lynch, Paulie, about how even this past year, coming on with Murph and on KMBR this whole and Marcus this whole past year dealing with the Ayuk thing and how he came on with you guys once a week. The guy is a true pro, and like you said, man, the nicest dude. So yes, we're Lynch
and let me tell you something else. He was a huge fan of our work. He loved the Bosa song. He loved I Want a Brock. Like he was really into the stuff we used to do, which was awesome. He had a good sense of humor, John Lynch.
Totally, dude. Totally. Yeah. Last we have two quick supers, Paulie, and then we'll get to Danny C. This is Candlestick. What's up, Candlestick Kid? By the way, Candlestick Kid, we can talk about him tomorrow when we talk about Carlos de la Fuente, because I believe that Carlos de la Fuente and Candlestick Kid are in cahoots with Flex Funding, but we can talk about that tomorrow.
Nice.
He said, "What's up, PMP Mafia? Thanks for making my graveyard shift go easier. Hashtag up all night. Hashtag Giants baseball. Fun." Nice, Candlestick Kid.
Dude, I'm going deep on this one, Tony, and don't ask me where it came from, but I'm pulling this one out of the ether right now for Candlestick Kid. He said he's up all night. Shout out Slaughter, Up All Night. You remember that song? Dude. Up all night, sleep all day. One of those kind of hair metal tracks. Yeah, Slaughter, dude.
And I want to match that with "I Want to Stay Up All Night." Here we go. Is that Talking Heads?
Oh, baby, please let me hold you. I want to make them stay up all night. Let me tell you something about the Talking Heads real quick. I ran into their keyboard player a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Jerry Harrison. I don't know. Jerry Harrison's kind of carrying himself like he's the second coming of Elvis Presley. I'm like, bro, you know, I bumped into him at Sweetwater a few times. I don't mind shouting his name out because I wasn't impressed with his personality. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But,
do you remember our Psycho Kittle for Psycho Killer, by the way?
I wasn't crazy about that one.
I know. You were never too pumped on that one.
My vocal sucked. I'm a very harsh critic of myself, and I knew that was not a good vocal, and we did it anyway. But what are you going to do? Sometimes you got to roll the dice, you know?
Psycho Kittle. What did you say? 85.
Not our best, dude. Not our best. You know, you want to know who's the best? Dan Coach Emilio, ladies and gentlemen, with Secure Money.
Mm-hmm.
Dan is the man when it comes to, well, helping individuals. He's been doing it for 25 years, helping people who has been, helping people stay informed, helping people stay on top of their finances. He provides honest service that we all deserve when you're dealing with your money. Dan's mission and focus is, and everything he does at Secure Money is safety and protection. He's also he's very much like our other sponsors in that he's a real people person. He likes working with people. You've seen him on the show. We had him on yesterday. As a matter of fact, he was on yesterday. And he's just a really cool guy. So again, when you're talking about your money, you're talking about your future, you're talking about investments, you have to have somebody help you with that stuff who can help protect what you've built. And he is committed to providing that kind of expertise and helping you never lose money. At the same time, Dan Coach Amelia will assist you with financial growth, and he'll present you with opportunities you probably wouldn't know about otherwise. And there's a lot of value in that, having somebody give you a call and be like, hey, Creative Tony, by the way, you might want to move some money over to this, or let me help you protect your money by doing that, whatever it might be. Dan Coach Emilio, securemoney.com is the webpage. Look into his services. You can call him anytime, 1-888-960-SAFE. You can email him at dan@securemoney.com. And again, these are, I think, the most important things to kind of convey about Dan's services. And of course, obviously, we know him personally. He's a monster Giant fan. You've seen all the hats in his studio there and everything. Dan's going to work with you so you can maximize your income. Like, maximize your income. Don't waste money. He's actually going to also help you pay fewer taxes. Something we talked to Miss Patty from Napa yesterday about, helping us pay fewer taxes. We need that kind of guidance too. Believe me, we all do. So talk to Dan Coach Emilio, Danny C, we like to call him. He can help you with retirement planning. He can help you with life insurance, IRA planning, estate planning, 401k rollover, all that kind of stuff. Creative Tony, reach out and start the dialogue today. In fact, a couple other things real quick. Dan has he has access to guaranteed options paying 7% on 2-year terms and 8% on 5-year terms. Again, securemoney.com. Dan, let him be your financial advisor. You're going to be thanking us. Believe me, we don't mislead people. We're not going to send you off to somebody who's going to do you harm in any which way. I hope you guys trust us at this point. Like, we have good sponsors. They're all good people, and we wouldn't steer you guys wrong. Dan is rock solid. So do business with Dan today. Protect your finances and also maximize your financial growth. 1-888-960-SAFE. Thank you, Dan Coach Emilio, for all you do. It's great having you as a partner, brother.
Also, email Dan@securemoney.com. Dan@securemoney.com. Save thousands by simplifying your insurance and financial setup. Reduce your taxes by possibly $10,000 to $40,000 annually. Dan has got your back. And Paulie, just to kind of piggyback on what you were talking about, Dan is a seasoned veteran. He's a seasoned veteran Giants fan, but he's also a seasoned veteran human being and a seasoned veteran financial analyst. The guy is not going to waste your time because he doesn't want to waste anybody's time, including his. He doesn't want to waste your time, doesn't want to waste his. You want to make sure that you are in it to win it, and that's a win-win situation for both of you. And that's why we trust Dan, Coach Emilio. I'm going to enlist the services of Dan. I know that Dom and I have talked about it. Neil Denardi and Andrew Markoulis, both from Longbridge Pizza, are going to reach out to Dan.
And so is Patty from Napa. Patty is on the board right now saying she's going to call Dan next week. Awesome, Patty.
Yeah. And Patty, let us know how it goes and give us your experience, because we'd love to pass it on to everybody, to let everybody know the secondhand what your experience has been, because we trust Dan, we respect Dan, and we're very, very proud to be partners with Dan, Coach Emilio, and Secure Money, Paulie. So again, email Dan@securemoney.com. And by the way, Dan's going to give us a quick hit tomorrow He also does the NorCal Sports Network on YouTube, which you can check out. But he's going to give us a quick hit from Scottsdale and Scottsdale Stadium as well, because like I said, he's a baseball junkie. But you can call him 888-960-SAFE, which is also 888-960-7233, or Dexter Manley, Roger Craig, Paulie. We didn't do numerology today, by the way. It's episode 269, just FYI.
269. Oh, well, you know what? Let me make up for my mishap a couple of weeks ago. Shout out to Bruce Colley, number 69. I said 59, but then I was corrected. He was number 69. So, yeah, Bruce Colley's my guy. I think he wore a neck roll, too, by the way. I think Bruce Colley had a neck roll back in the day.
He did, and then I'm going to flip the 69 to make it 96 and give you Daniel Stubbs, Paulie. Stubbs, okay? Stubbs. Daniel
Nice
Stubbs.
pull. Nice
right?
pull. Yeah.
And then you can do 296. You can do 92. You can also do Tim Harris, 92.
Well, I was going to say, if I'm not mistaken, was Roy Barker 92?
Roy Barker was 92. Yes. Roy Barker was 92.
What are you laughing at? Huh?
I just had a fun.
I know. That's the little thing with me and Tony and Roy Barker. We'll keep that one off the air. Pull us aside next time you see us. Maybe we'll tell you what's going on. Yeah. Roy Barker. Okay.
Yeah. Roy Barker. Yeah. Maybe at the Giants season opener, if you get a couple of their phenomenal West Coast IPAs, the Hop on Muni West Coast IPA, give me a couple of those, and maybe I'll tell you that story. Paulie, moving on in the program, I want to give Noemi Catalina, Lady Catalina, and her phenomenal hot sauce some love as a super. She's a super, and thank you, Noemi, for the super. She says, "What do you give me for Mac Jones's laugh and the cackle of Triple E?"
I got to tell you the truth. Thank you, Noemi. I could use a piece of Triple E. I'm due for some Triple E. Let's get him on. I'm very fond of that kid, man. I really am. He's there's something about him. He's just a good dude. He's got a great heart. I love. He's got this great girlfriend. They're really happy together. And he's like this new generation of deadheads. Like he really has seen the light. And I love that. I love observing it because the same thing happened to me. Like when I discovered the Grateful Dead, like I don't want to be too overly dramatic, but it did kind of change my life. Like it really did. My life was going one way, and then I saw the Grateful Dead, and it took on this whole new thing. Became a really big part of my life. And I think Triple E has been affected the same way. By the way, Danny Ogden on the board. Happy birthday, Danny O. That's the executive producer of the Bay Area Sports Collective. He does a lot of great work for all of us. He's also Tom Tolbert's producer. And I'm going to address that in a second, Phil. Hang tight. But I want to give Danny O some love. I hope you had a great birthday. It was yesterday. And I raised my glass, my air glass to you. I hope you had a good birthday, brother.
Yeah, the reason we were at Radio Row, Dan Ogden.
Yep.
So thank you, Dan. And dude, Dan does so much behind the scenes. He's like, he and Don Peralta, very similar vibes of just nonstop working and doing so much work for everyone else, and don't want any credit, don't want their names mentioned ever. But that's why we got to give Dan some love. Happy birthday, Dan. Thanks for all you do, man. This bud's for you, as they say.
Here's my Ramones Danny O tribute song coming up real quick. It's a one-time performance. I hope you guys enjoy this. Hey, Danny O, I don't want to go down to the basement. Hey, Danny O. Anyway, that's for you, Danny. Nice. I hope you enjoyed that.
See, Paulie, I feel like you need to start writing some punk songs, you know?
Well, how about this, Tony? I'm glad you brought up punk again. If John Joseph doesn't make it for the musical assignment, which, by the way, John, if you can, we'd love to have you, dude. I don't know. We were supposed to have him last week. If you are ready this week, we'd love to have you. But if you can't, Tony, maybe we just do a punk rock assignment on Friday.
Like I said earlier, I'm all for that. I got to double check with Greg Trela to see when his calendar works out, too, for him to do the musical assignment. Because we have two people. You know, in baseball, Paul, you have somebody who's on deck, and then you have somebody who's in the hole.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
So you have John Joseph on deck, and you have Greg Trela in the hole, or you have Greg Trela on deck and John Joseph in the hole. Both are waiting in the wings, and both are going to bring the heat when they come on the show too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, just to remind people, a couple of business items. If you want to like and subscribe our show, please. It helps, helps feed the algorithm. # feed the algorithm Escobar. At Polymax Particles on YouTube. We're posting more shorts daily nowadays, but at Polymax Particles on YouTube. And then when you're there, right below our bio is the links page where you can click that and you can see the different segments that you can get involved with and make a donation to the show and help everything kind of continue to move forward here in 2026 for the PMP Familia. So, and also probably too, just the audio versions, which I know a lot of people listen to, are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well.
Thanks, I want to say, Tony, because you said "In the Hole" several times. A couple of my favorite Hole songs. Here they come: Black Sabbath, "Hole in the Sky," and then, of course, Alice in Chains, "Down in a Hole." Okay.
Nice. Well, and also you got to go Soundgarden's "Black Hole Sun." Yes, It was a hit. Nice. Yes, it was a hit, but it is a phenomenal song. Seriously, "Black Hole Sun" is a great tune, Paul.
I'm going to give you my Black Hole Sun member and story, because I have like a very specific memory attached to that song when it first came out. Black Hole Sun. Rags, you're involved in this too intimately. So I want to say this is like the summer of 1991. One of our buddies from Jersey, he was like the first guy in our crew to get married. I'm talking about Ted Roundy, Rags. This kid had his bachelor party. This was his idea. We're like, hey, what do you want to do for your bachelor? Well, he was young. And by the way, that marriage did not work out. It lasted like 2 years, man. If that, it might have been over like in less than 2 years. But in any case, we asked him like, hey, what do you want to do for your bachelor party? He wanted to go down we took a road trip to Baltimore to go to Camden Yards because Camden Yards had just opened. So there was a whole crew of the Jersey boys down there. We were all just getting sloppy. I mean, we're like 22 years old. And we took if anybody's familiar with the Baltimore area, we took a little boat ride out to this area called Fells Point. If you guys know Fells Point, Rags just put it up there, Fells Point. And honest to God, I'm going to reveal this because this is the truth. I am not a big strip club guy. I've only been to, seriously, like there are some guys who love going to strip clubs, and that's kind of a traditional thing with a bachelor party. You go to a strip club and all that. I'm not a big strip club guy. Like I've never been a big fan. Like the whole thing to me is kind of like, what are we doing here? Like what is this? But anyway, dude, we wound up at this. I mean, dude, it was a flea infested hole in the wall strip club. And Rags, that girl who was dancing to Black Hole Sun, dude, she came marching out to Black Hole Sun and she was like pissed. She had like I'll never forget her. We called her the Stomper because she was like stomping on stage. Black Hole Sun, won't you come? And she was like pissed off, like marching around. And me and Rags are sitting there like, dude, what are we doing here? What have become of our lives? But anyway, I'll never think of Black Hole Sun without that memory attached to it, dude. The Stomper at Fells Point, Rags.
Stomping with like spike heels.
Oh, yeah. The whole thing was so stupid. Yeah. And we're sitting like I'm not kidding when I say this was like a rundown, flea infested rat hole. This place was a dump. And it was basically like a bar with a little runway behind it. And like these banged up ladies would come walking out. It was like, oh my God, this is the worst night of my life right here. And Rags, I don't know. Yeah, girls, I don't even know what that means. Rags says girls on milk crates. I don't even know what that means. I don't remember the milk crates. What is that? Explain the milk crates, Rags. I don't remember that.
Paul, you talking about like a seedy strip club reminds me of Redwood City's own Hanky Panky. That is no longer.
I've never heard of it.
Dude, the doors were open on El Camino in Redwood City. I'd never been inside, but it was called the Hanky Panky. Dude, and you would drive by it and you're like, dude, I can't believe that place actually exists, but the doors have been shut. So
it's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. There's something about strip clubs. It just I don't know. I don't really dig the whole thing. But to be fair, I've never really been to a nice one. I've only been to a couple of really crappy ones. And I never, by the way, Rags, one more private little thing between me and Rags real quick. Teddy Hoff. We have this one friend back in Jersey. He's like a strip club aficionado. Like every weekend, he's like, dude, let's go to the strip club. I'm like, no, I don't want to go to the freaking strip club. That's all this kid ever does. And Big Al in Chico is saying, shout out to Centerfolds. Here comes Soccer Bowl, the Pink Poodle. These are great names. Where's the Pink Poodle? That's a good name.
I don't know where the Pink Poodle is. I know the Pink Pony in Scottsdale, but I don't know the Pink Poodle. They're all good names. There's the Olympic Gardens in Vegas. There's the there's a Spearmint Rhino. And then shout out the lesser known Peppermint Hippo in Vegas. There's
Okay.
the spearmint rhino, and then you get the peppermint hippo.
Nikki
Paulie-
DiFrancesco, Roaring 20s. Dude,
Dude,
yeah, that's like on Broadway,
awesome.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. And
Roaring
also,
20s.
the person shall remain nameless, but we had a former colleague whose wife was a performer, shall we say. And she used to, like, in the middle of the day.
Oh, for Christ's sake, she'd be walking over there with the gym bag, dude, with her outfits. Yeah, one of our a radio show host who will remain nameless.
Yes.
One of our former colleagues. Yeah, his was that his wife or girlfriend?
That was his wife, and I'll never forget, she used to drop him off,
Yeah,
and then park in our parking lot, and then walk down the street. And she had one of those tiny little backpacks that held only,
like a G-string or something like that.
whatever. And so shout out Rick Foreman, who we all used to work with.
Ricky Foreman. By the way, I still have his Nirvana. He gave me a Nirvana single of an unreleased. I'll never forget. This is how I remember Rick Foreman. He gave me a copy of this unreleased Nirvana song called "Even in His Youth." It was like a B-side from Nevermind that they never released. And he was like, "Paulie, I want you to have this." I'm like, "Wow, thanks, man." So where is Rick Foreman these days? He was a great dude.
I want to say he's up. Well, actually, I don't know where he is. My first guess was to say he was up in the Sacramento area, but I'm not positive about that. But Rick and I decided we're going to prove it once and for all. Does she actually work there? So we went in there for a lunch buffet at the Gold Club, and also known for a very good buffet, to be quite honest with you.
Free buffet coming your way. Free buffet coming your way. 100%. Yeah.
And we went to the free buffet. It wasn't free, but we went in there, and there she was. And so we're like, you know what?
On stage?
I can't. Yeah. So we're like, I'm out of here. We went in there before she saw. I mean, we left there before she saw us. We're like, yep, there she is. Out of here. Peace. Later.
Hey, I want to say Carlos de la Fuente, he sniffed it out immediately. I'm not going to reveal this guy's name. We can't do that. But Carlos said, and you're right on the money with this. Carlos said, wasn't there a strip club right up the street from the old KMBR office? That's exactly what we're talking about. I'll tell you that I don't care about giving the name away. It was the Gold Club. It's that. I think, is that still there? The Gold Club?
Still there.
Yeah,
still there, and it's got quite the marquee out in front. But yeah, it was really one of those things where I'm like, God, I should have been writing, taking notes the entire experience at the Sports Leader, because we could have made like another show about all of the people and all of the stories and all of the stuff that we experienced behind the scenes, not even on the air, behind the scenes. What we experienced, we should have.
I'll never forget this one night. I think it might have been one of the nights you and I got thrown out of Katie O'Brien's right up the street. So we got thrown out of there a couple times, but we just got unruly, like all in good fun. And we weren't like fighting or anything, but we
were throwing French fries up in the air.
Well, that's after we doused each other in beers. We were taking full pints of beers and just chucking them in each other's faces. It turned into like a beer fight. And we ordered a whole nother round, and I'll never forget this. The waiter came over, and I was like, guys, because the bartender was looking at us. He was pissed. And it was like a Friday night. The place was packed. And he was looking at us like with his hands on his hips. And I go, just so you guys know, the next guy who throws a beer, I guarantee we're getting thrown out. And they came over. Yeah, the fries went up in the air, dude. And we all got dragged out of there. What are you going to do? By the way, Stevie B quoting Motley Crue's Girls, 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 raising hell at the Seventh Veil. Girls, girls,
Dude,
girls. Yeah.
How about at the Dollhouse in Fort Lauderdale, Paulie?
How about at the Gold Club in San Francisco? Yeah. Girls, girls. Let me ask you this question. Would you want your wife to work in a strip club? Like, the guy was totally cool with it. I don't think I'd be down with that, dude. All these dudes looking at my lady, like marching around stage. I don't think I'd be cool with that.
He was definitely okay with it. I would not be. No chance in hell. No chance in hell. And by the way, we have another super. This is Dave Contreras is a super. What's up, Dave? Dave Contreras, 2788. I'll give you 27. I'll give you Carlton Williamson and Freddie Solomon. Okay.
How about, I'm surprised you left off Adam Walker, who fumbled in the 95 Packers game. He's the reason he was the first domino to drop. And I think he had a cast on his hand, dude. He was returning punts. I think, didn't he have a cast on? He fumbled the punt, and the game got away from us. And that was right after the Niners won the Super Bowl in '94. Packers came into Candlestick and beat us in the first round. And I still haven't forgiven Adam Walker, number 27.
Wait a second. Is that the game that Plummer recovered the fumble and they said it wasn't a fumble?
That was no, dude. That was a '97 NFC Championship when you burned up your coffee table. Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
And by the way, sorry, I'm still complaining about that game. Plummer picked up a fumble and ran it back for a touchdown. They called it back. Yep. And at the end of the second quarter, J.J. Stokes caught a touchdown pass with his tippy toes inbounds, and they didn't allow the touchdown. I don't even remember if they had instant replay back then. I don't know.
No, they definitely did not have replay yet. And that's if they had replay, both plays would have been overturned.
That was 14 points they took away from the Niners. 14 effing points in an NFC Championship they took away from us. I'm still pissed about it.
Oh God, that game just irked me. But Dave Contreras is saying, Tony, the hanky panky, dude, the hanky panky, Redwood City, man. I never braved the indoors of the hanky panky, but shout out to those who did. And if you have, and you're on the chat, if you're watching the show, let us know what it was like inside, man. Maybe they had a great buffet, Paulie. I don't know.
Hey, Gravy, only because we're revealing all kinds of intimate stuff tonight that I didn't expect we would be, but Gravy's on the line saying, shout out number 88, Eric Lindros. Dude, true story, Gravy. Eric Lindros dated a girl from my high school with Rags. Rags, one of the Robinson girls, Beth Robinson, was that her name? Remember, there was like two of them. Anyway, Eric Lindros was dating a girl that I went to high school with, and she wasn't I don't know, let's just say she was attractive. Let's just keep it like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, she was attractive.
And because tonight is dedicated to Rags, who's recovering from hand surgery, Michael Irvin and CD Lamb 88. We got to give him some love for Michael Irvin and CD Lamb. And by the way, Michael Irvin, the guy who complains about the worst Super Bowl in history, San Francisco is the worst Super Bowl town in history because there wasn't enough blow, there wasn't enough excitement for him. It's like, dude, I still can't believe that he did that publicly, man. It's like, dude, by the way, for the record, he did not say there wasn't enough blow. That's me saying and riffing because Mike likes a good party. Hashtag the White House, if you know what I'm talking about.
Hashtag the freaking White House. I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna leapfrog this is all for Rags tonight while he's recovering. Yes, Rags, you read my mind. I was going to leapfrog over Michael Irvin, and I was going to give you number 8, the original 88 for Dallas, Drew Pearson. He was a badass too. Dude, they had Drew Pearson, Butch Johnson, Preston Pearson, Robert Newhouse, Tony Dorsett. Those Cowboys teams were freaking loaded back then, man, back in the day. Tony, you know who else is loaded with talent and creativity and all kinds of good ideas? Don Peralta and Peralta Arts and Company. Yes. While I read the spot,
got it.
Okay, good. Okay, so we haven't even shared this news. I'm sure most of you probably already heard this, but Metallica today announced they are going to do a run of shows at the Sphere in October, including a Halloween gig, which is, I love seeing gigs on Halloween. It's always cool to do that. And I know a lot of people, I saw Miriam make a comment. She wants to go to see Metallica. I think a lot of people want to go see Metallica at the Sphere. And Peralta Arts and Company, they're all over it. Don Peralta is a big Metallica fan. Some of you have his Metallica poster, the custom job he made for the Levi's shows last summer, which were so freaking great. I like night 2 better, Tony. When I look back at the 2 shows, I thought, something about that vibe, the song selection, it was, I don't know, it was just a great gig. Anyway, Peralta Arts and Company, this is where graphic design, illustration, music, and pop culture all collide. In fact, we'd like to show the work in progress, the Metallica. Yeah, there you go. There's that's the poster he made for the Levi's Stadium thing.
Yep.
Way cool.
And then I'll also share the screen, Paulie, of what he's working on right now, and also the killer Longbridge Pizza logo that he made as well. But there, if you can, let me zoom in on that as well. Actually, boom. Yeah, see, look at that.
That's, you know what I thought? Yeah, see, that's got like the Ride the Lightning kind of color scheme in the chair there. That's I got to tell you, Dom, that's freaking impressive, Holmes. Very impressive. I would love to have one of those too whenever you're finished. But Don Peralta is all over it. He started working on this Metallica Sphere idea back in July of 2025 when it was rumored they were, going to look into playing the Sphere. I expect pretty much I've even heard a rumor the Rolling Stones might play the Sphere, which would be pretty freaking amazing. Like seeing anybody at the Sphere, if you haven't been there yet, it's hard to even explain it. It's an overwhelming experience. I saw Dead & Company there, I think 6 different times. Patty from Napa is there pretty much every weekend. She goes to see the Eagles like nonstop. And Patty from Napa said she's going to bring Joe Walsh's Guitar Tech a PMP shirt, which is so cool. Hopefully one of those can find their way back to Joe Walsh himself. But in any case, nice. Dom Peralta already working on the Sphere poster. Stay tuned on that. Maybe we're doing like a Longbridge Godfather mashup. We'll see. But again, whatever that's, dude, so cool. I just want
to. It's so great.
It did. I just like look at the font, dude. That's the Godfather font, and I also love that crane. Is that what you call that? A crane in the back there? Yeah, with the eye. That's awesome. I think I want that on a T-shirt. It's ASAP. Anyway, Dom is. You can see the guy is full of ideas. He's full of creativity. He also happens to be a great human being, and he works alongside us pretty much every single day to make this show as good as possible. Dom, we thank you for that too. He's also a sponsor. He's a great dude. You know what I mean? Can we send one of those to Jed York? You know what I mean? Hey, Merry Christmas, Jed. Here's your Uncle Eddie. He's the guy that used to win Super Bowls, not lose them. Anyway, your story deserves bold visuals. Peralta Arts and Company brings them to life with Bay Area soul and Bay Area heart and Bay Area passion. Contact Peralta Arts and bring your next vision to life. And I like to, I was telling people the other day, you could ask Dom to do a special project for you for like your parents' wedding anniversary. You could have Dom do a project for like your kid's birthday, like have him customize a poster, something really cool, like a Fillmore style poster. You give Dom the idea, he will run with it and he'll bring it to life. Like we say with Bay Area Soul. Contact Peralta Arts anytime. Dominic at Stellar.Design. Dom is a super cool cat. If you haven't met him yet, come on out to opening day 325 at Standard Deviant. He'll definitely be there. And everyone loves his work. Dom, we love you so much, buddy. Thanks for all you do. And keep churning out the great work, man.
Absolutely, man. Dom is the man. He's the guy. I hope that you get sleep, Dom, because sleep is very important as we climb this ladder of life.
Tony, I can't miss this opportunity. Shout out to Black Sabbath, Behind the Wall of Sleep.
Oh, okay? Come on. Do not. I was going to say do not sleep on Behind the Wall of Sleep, but
doesn't Tom Tolbert like that metal band called Sleep? Isn't that the name of that band like this weird, like you're is that right? Is that what they're called? Sleep?
I don't know.
John Joseph confirmed that. It confirmed that. I'm pretty sure there's like a metal band called Sleep, and for some reason I think Tolbert is a fan.
Well, Paulie, I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep.
Dude, 100%. Dude, the romantics.
When you close your eyes and you go to sleep, 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 sleep.
Don't you know you're thinking with the spotlight? Dude, I need to hear that ASAP. Oh, dude. I hear the secrets that you keep. Great pull, Tony. When you're talking in your sleep, great freaking dude. Fun show, man. Fun show tonight.
Yeah, dude. It's a good night flight. We've been due for a loose night flight for a while. And that's what's great about this time of year. By the way, Paulie, we got to start thinking about March Madness coming up, by the way, and do a
bummer brackets.
Yeah, get the bummer bracket going again. Because the bummer bracket last year, we were only like 6 weeks into the show when we did the bummer bracket last year. So we got to get the bummer bracket back in the mix, man, which we will. It'll be fun.
Dude, Hum Daddy's quoting you too. Sleep tonight, and may your dreams be realized. Awesome. Great closing track on Unforgettable Fire. Nice, Hum Daddy's. Rags quoting Rush from 2112. The sleep is still in my eyes. The dream is still in my head. Bro, all day, Rags, with 21-12. All effing day. All right, we're going to wind the show down now because it's just been pretty hectic around here. Tony and Dom have been working their balls
Pause real quick. Yeah. Also, Paulie, Dan Coach Emilio on the chat saying, love the hat and shirt. Dan, I expect to see you in some orange and black tomorrow from Scottsdale Stadium, and we'll check in with you. We'll text you later about doing a live hit with us tomorrow during our high noon show. But I love that we have boots on the ground with Mark Gravy Graves, Dan Coach Emilio, Carlos De La Fuente, repping the PNP Familia in Scottsdale during the Cactus League, Paulie.
I want to say, too, final comment of the show tonight. John Joseph heard my plea, and he's got information for us. He goes, Sleep is really from San Jose. Nice. Masters of the 3-riff 30-minute songs. Wow. And you know Matt Pike best for High on Fire. Okay, there you go. I thought they were from Europe. I don't really know that much about them, John, but I've heard the band Sleep, and I think for some reason Tom Tolbert's a fan. So,
nice.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised. The fact that Tom goes as deep as he does with Tool, and Tool's not known for their 2-minute bangers, you know?
Yeah.
So I could see the same thing with Sleep, and I'll have to do a deep dive. I like to learn some new metal.
Tom is a big like heavy guitar rock fan.
Yeah.
Like I've personally seen Tom at Black Sabbath. I've seen him at Kiss. I saw him at the Rolling Stones actually a couple of years ago too at Levi's. He was at the Stones gig.
Hey, speaking of Tool, Paulie, that guy Alex Honnold, right, who just scaled the Taipei 101 building.
You love that dude. You've been yeah.
I'm fat. I think he's the greatest athlete of all time. I really do. I'll say that. I think he's the greatest athlete of all time. What he does and what he has done, nobody else could ever do. I don't think it'll ever be done. Anyways, I could get on a whole tangent on him, but the only thing he listened to while he scaled that building was Tool. By the way, he said,
"Are you serious? What, he had earbuds in?"
Yeah, that's all he listened to was Tool. Isn't that crazy?
How do you know that? I believe you, but how do you know that?
I read an interview
Okay.
with the yeah. And by the way, he's like scaling the building, and there's people on like the 60th floor or whatever, and he's just like waving to them.
No ropes, like, right? He had like no ropes, no hooks. He was just out there crawling around like Spider-Man, right?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just a little pouch for chalk, dude, to just make. My question is, what happens if he gets a cramp? What happens if he has to burp?
What happens if you have to take a leak? What do you do?
You got an itch. What happens if you have an itch on your hamstring? Right? I don't know.
You're making me very nervous even just thinking about that, because I'd be the first thing and be like, oh my God, I'm so itchy. And then I'd go plummeting to my death. I wouldn't last 5 seconds scaling a freaking building. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Stevie B is on fire. It's not normal human behavior to have a lack of primordial survival instinct.
Hey, I want to say final comments. I want to say, Rags, you heal up, my brother, and thanks for making the show tonight. Iron Man cannot be stopped. Iron Rags doesn't miss. What's going on? What?
Stevie B, the guy weirds me out.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Stevie B on this. There is something about that. I didn't like. I made me uncomfortable just watching that dude. I was like, damn, I don't know.
Have you watched him do scale El Capitan in Yosemite?
No, I haven't.
Dude, he does the face of El Capitan, the same setup, no gear, nothing. He's just like he's like Spider-Man, just like grabbing onto little crevices in the rock and just goes straight up it with just his little pouch of chalk.
Why don't you reach out to him? Try to book him on the show. You love the guy so much. For real. Let's interview this guy. Why not?
Actually, you know what? I would.
Is he an American? I don't even know where he's from. Is he from the US?
Oh yeah, totally.
Dude, track him down. Let's talk to this guy. I want to. Yeah.
I also want to get. I was telling Dom this yesterday. I want to get Ted Ramey on the show to do a hockey recap with Rain.
For
also, just to give some love to the San Jose Earthquakes, they are doing their Grateful Dead Grateful Dead night this Saturday in San Jose at PayPal Park. If you've never been to PayPal Park, you're missing out. PayPal Park is a great place to watch soccer and to have a great time. Take the family out. It's affordable, number one, and it's a really cool stadium, and you're going to get some good soccer and a good Grateful Dead night this Saturday. So just a little.
Speaking of Grateful Dead, I would like to see bands perform at PayPal Park because it's kind of intimate. It'd be a great location. I don't know if the team would want that, but it would be a great place to see a show. Anyway, Rags, you heal up and get better. We will resume our activities tomorrow at 12 noon. Tony's going to double dip tomorrow, so we got to let this kid get some rest. Dom, too. So we'll do our regular show at high noon, and then Tony's going to do a secondary broadcast with Dom at 4:30. Tony?
4:30 will be live from Shoot 360, which is the grand opening of Shoot 360. It's a basketball training facility that my buddy Dan Trigub is opening up with a group of people, and it's a high-tech gym basically, and there's a bunch of kids that have already signed up. High school teams have already signed up. I think Menlo College women's basketball team is there. Stanford basketball players are going to be there tomorrow. Zaza Pachulia, former Warrior champion, is going to be there tomorrow as well. We're going to bring him on the show. 4:30 for that show, but of course our regular show at high noon will be a lot of fun.
Last thing I want to say about Zaza, because he's from the country of Georgia, and these guys, they bring a whole different kind of toughness to the table. I'm not kidding. Like he's from difficult circumstances. Zaza came from, a really rough upbringing, and he's such a sweetheart. He's a pussycat, but you don't want to you don't want to get on his bad side. And last thing I want to say tonight, I'll never forget this. Do you guys remember the game where Zaza set a pick on Russ Westbrook and he put him on his ass because Westbrook did something to Curry. I don't remember what pissed off Zaza, but Westbrook did something that upset Zaza, and Zaza set this brick wall pick and literally knocked Russ down. He had a hard time getting up. And then after the game, this is like 8-9 years ago, after the game, Russ was all pissed off in the locker room talking to the press. He was like, man, I'll tell you what, next time I see Zaza, he better be ready for it, man. He better be ready. And then when we interviewed Zaza after that, this was so cool. I was like, hey, Zaza, Russ Westbrook is really upset about that pick you laid. He said he wants to find you and settle the score. You know what he said? Zaza was like, hey, man, anytime, any place. I'm ready all the time, man. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there I am. Yeah.
Come on, man. Look at Zaza. Come on, dude. That's
the freaking greatest. He is such a sweet guy. Have a great time tomorrow, Tony. Hey, thank you, Dom, Escobar Cheeks, Low Steez in the house, Robot Centaur, John Joseph, Noemi, Rags in Jersey with the trash bag over your hand. You rest up. I love you. And we will see everybody tomorrow. Tony, take us home, kid.
Nothing easy. Nothing easy. Business hours are over, baby. Yeah. Now, nothing easy. Nothing easy.
Thank you, P&P Familia. Much love to you. Everybody get some rest, and we'll reach you right back here tomorrow at high noon. Creative Tony, great job. Great to see everybody, and much love. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you at high noon on Thursday. Bye-bye.
Peace, y'all.